What's up, everyone? Episode 7, Team Protege. Today we're going to be breaking down the film of a tight end named Ben Postma. Ben's a senior at Cypress-Ranch High School in Texas, and Ben's a do-it-all tight end. He plays a lot in space, in the slot. He can put his hand in the dirt as a true Y blocking tight end. So really looking forward to breaking down Ben's film. He's already committed to Georgia Tech, so you know he's a really good player. And let's see how we can take his game and even improve it, and hopefully you guys learn something from it too. So in this play we're going to be talking about just route running in general, how important it is to have your upper body move independently of your lower body, foot quickness. This is just a great example of Ben in the slot at the bottom here. It's just going to be a little 3-yard out route, nothing too crazy in terms of route specifics, but this is just a great example of Ben selling like he's going to run a slant, the defender overreacting to that, and then him being quick enough to get out of his break and make a play on the ball, and then catching the ball, getting upfield. And when you get here at the 3-yard line, 2-yard line, you got to find a way to score. And so Ben does a great job doing that. And you just see that little head move right there at the beginning of the route against this defender, selling inside. The defender's not able to react quick enough. He tries to undercut. It's too late for that. So this is just a great example of Ben with the quick feet. Your feet have got to move independently of one another when you're running routes. You can't have 2 feet in the ground, otherwise you're not going anywhere. So great example of Ben using his upper body quickness, his foot quickness to make the defender try and undercut the ball, and then Ben doing everything he can to get in the end zone here. So this is exactly what you got to do as a tight end. You got to be able to separate in a phone booth, essentially. So just a great job. So we're going to be talking about outside zone here off the jet motion by the receiver up top. A jet motion is when the receiver or tight end, in this case a receiver, is running full speed at the start of the snap, and the quarterback is going to hand him the ball. And so this play is getting out wide really fast. It's almost a way to shock the defense. So this is a great job by Ben knowing this and really displacing the defensive end. When I say displacing, I mean making it so the defensive end doesn't just stop Ben right where he's at, because if that's the case, the play's done. The receiver's going to get blown up with the ball. But you see here, Ben does a great job displacing the defensive end, allowing the receiver to get some width and then cut up right off Ben's block. And so this is just a great example with that strong inside hand right there of displacing the defensive end, using that strong inside hand to force him outside. And now Ben's got a great body position between the defensive end and the ball carrier. And this is exactly how you should run outside zone, especially with the jet motion where the ball is definitely trying to get outside. So overall, great by Ben on this play. So this is an example of just route mechanics and how can we be better. So Ben's going to be in the slot up top, and he's just going to run a little sit route, a little 6 to 8 yard route where he breaks down and sits, get ready for the ball. The running back is going to be running a wide route, so you're really stressing the flat defender here. And so Ben he's going to run off, and he's going to kind of back into the route, and you see he doesn't turn in one piece. And so when you're running a route, you never want to turn and face the quarterback until you're at the top of your break point. If you're doing that, the defense has the opportunity to react early, potentially break up the ball, potentially make an interception. So what I would say is, Ben, just run until you get to the point where you want to end up, and then turn around. Don't turn around at the 40 here and then run 2 more yards in your route. You got to run to the 38 in this picture and then turn around in one piece. And that's just something that you can improve on. Obviously, great finish, be a great teammate, block for your guys. But this is just one little thing where you can improve in your route running, is don't break down before you get to the spot so the defense doesn't have a chance to react. So when I talk about being a move tight end, one of the things you have to do is be able to block. You got to be able to move on the line of scrimmage, in space, block in space, pull, and block. And so this is an awesome play, great play designed by the coach. Ben's going to be on the right. He's going to be pulling to the left for the inside linebacker. And it's extremely difficult to pull, to go around the line, behind the line, when you're already in a 3-point stance on the ball. So this just kind of shows off what Ben can do, blocking in space, being an athlete, getting on the linebacker there, displacing the linebacker. And so this is just a unique play design. Oftentimes you'll see tight ends line up off the ball that will have to get this executed, but this is awesome by Ben being able to pull off the ball, and get in the defender's lap and make a play where the running back can cut up right inside of him. So this is exactly what an F tight end has got to do. You got to be able to block in space. You got to show off that athleticism in multiple ways. So this is just a great job. We call this, in my world, you call this stutter. You have a guard pulling, you have a tight end pulling. And so this is just fun football to watch. Great job by Ben finishing on that second level and showing that you got to be a complete tight end. So I want to talk about finishing blocks right here. And so Ben is going to be blocking this defensive end. He's going to be down blocking him. And so that means the play is supposed to go outside of Ben. And at the beginning of the play, Ben is phenomenal. He's got great footwork. He's got good hand placement. But then where he gets in trouble is, you'll see it right there. His feet start to come together. And so when you're blocking, you have to play in balance, which means you have to have a base about you. When your feet come together, the defensive player is able to use that momentum against you and kind of throw you at the last minute. And you see, just based on this picture right here, should be a huge play. Ben's blocking the defense. The D end right here, number 2, is going to kick out the guy on the 35. We even have an extra guy pulling. But the fact that the pulling guard has to come off on Ben's guy because we weren't able to finish solely because, not because of effort, just because we get out of balance and the defensive end's able to use that against us. So Ben, when you're blocking, always maintain that balance so you're able to finish your blocks. And finishing your blocks, something we always can work on. I need to work on it. Every tight end, you can always finish a little better. But it starts just with the fact that we need to play with the base on the football field. This play right here is awesome. This is Ben playing kickoff. As a tight end, you don't see this every day. My first snap in college football was on kickoff. So Ben, if you want to play early as a tight end at Georgia Tech, this is how you get on the field as soon as possible, by showing the coaches that you can play kickoff on special teams. And so this is going to be Ben just making a play on kickoff. Nothing fancy. He's just showing determination that he's going to do whatever it takes for the team to make the tackle on kickoff and hopefully contribute early at Georgia Tech. So this is just something I wanted to highlight. This is the way all you young tight ends out there, if you want to get on the field early, talk to your special teams coaches. Say, hey, how can I make an impact for this team as a freshman, as a redshirt freshman on special teams, or even a rookie in the NFL if you guys get there? Because that is the fastest way to get on the team. My first play in the NFL was kickoff return. First play in college was kickoff. And so this is just a shout out to Ben doing whatever the team needs to win. So that is it. Episode 7, Ben Postma. Ben's got a ton of potential. I'm really excited to watch him at Georgia Tech next fall and in the future. But there's a couple things that I think we can work on to improve our game, Ben. I think in the passing game, when you're working on your breaks, do not turn your body before you get to the top of the route. You don't want to give a tip to where you're going to be, when you're going to stop, when you're going to run. The defensive players are always looking for tips to make their break. And so you don't want to turn until you absolutely have to, which is at the point where your route is supposed to stop. So don't turn early. Don't bring your head back. When you turn your head around, be at the spot you're supposed to be. The second thing in the run game, just playing with the base, brother. Don't get off balance. Oftentimes you're coming off the ball great. You're blocking in space phenomenal. But when you're blocking, always maintain that base so you're able to play in balance. But overall, man, I see why Georgia Tech, you're committed there. Heck of a player. Really looking forward to your future. This is episode 7, Team Protege. Thanks for being a part of the team, Ben.